in 30 seconds. Oh man. Okay, cool, perfect. Y'all can hear me. I got one message. Let me see something. Hey, Gary, can you hear us? No, I can't hear y'all. It say it's two people in the studio. Where everybody at? Come on, people, hop in the
You
studio.
come back in.
Gary, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear, my guy.
All right.
Matt,
All
check
right.
that. Can you?
good.
Oh, yeah, Matt.
Can you hear me now, Gary?
I can hear you.
All right,
I can hear you,
I'm gonna
partner.
just come to the StreamYard too. Fuck it.
He said, look, I was boycotting it at first. I was against it. It's all right, man. Sometimes you gotta make changes on the fly.
Hey man, listen, I appreciate you joining me, man. For those who are listening on the Twitter stream, that is the voice of WBA Junior Welterweight Champion Gary Antuanne Russell. He returns to the ring February 21st, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, against Andy Hirioka. How you doing today, Gary?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm blessed to be here for another one. You know what I mean? We just try and keep our vision tunnel and get through this weekend.
Now, be honest. Did you think you was leaving Vegas without a fight this week?
You know, I kind of did, but then I heard something along the grapevine, like if he didn't get the green light, they might push up Frank Martin or something like that.
Okay.
I'm like, listen, I don't want to let all this hard work go in vain. They got to make something shake. Got to make something shake.
So you was like, I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
if not, that's bad business.
Now, what's your week been like so far? What's the scene in Vegas, and how does it compare to the other times you fought in Vegas?
To be honest, man, I come up here for business. You know, I really don't pay attention to the glam and the lights and stuff like that. We up here to get a job done. That's what I tend to do. Come up here and get a job done.
Now, the job in front of you is Andy Hirioka. He's like a Japanese phenom, undefeated, heavy-handed. What do you know about your opponent going into this fight?
You know, I know he's a tough fighter. Definitely gonna bring his physical best. He's tall, but I'm used to fighting tall fighters. You know, other than that, everybody has a game plan, but here and there it tends to change when it's not working. So I'm just prepared for whatever he brings to the table. You know, I know he not going to lay down. He's not going to just lay down and roll over for me. He going to definitely come to fight. You know, so we going to get the people a show. Like I said, y'all got to be there with y'all popcorn, man.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, Ezra.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I was going to ask, Gary, how much film do you watch? Do you watch a lot of film on your opponent, or do you just look to apply your game and you'll fill it out as you get in there?
Yeah, I watch film. I don't overload myself with watching film. You know, everybody has flaws, and not everybody gets someone in front of them that's going to exploit those flaws. So when I look at a few films of his, you know, I see some things, and we just critique and game plan strictly off of his flaws. You know what I mean? And that's all we can go off of. You know, so we can prepare for someone months in advance. Let's say they might change how they fight the day of. And you just got to be prepared for the unknown. So my father always told me a guy that fails to prepare itself for the unknown, in other words, have a plan A, B, and C, they gonna get beat. Because now you just a rock'em sock'em robot. You don't got no plan B. Neither one of y'all got plan B's, and y'all just left with your plan A, and you're going down your shield. So now y'all just mano y mano. But it's really not a fight when you got a plan B and C, because now you can outthink your opponent and make things a lot more smooth and easier.
Now, interestingly enough, in your last fight against Rayo Valenzuela, you had what we all thought was the performance of the night, one of the best performances of your career, but you didn't seem all the way satisfied with your performance. When we spoke to you in the post-fight press conference, you almost seemed like you felt like you could have did a little bit more to press for the stoppage. What kind of stuff you felt like you needed to work on to get to where you are satisfied with your work?
It's a couple of things that I can throw out there, but ultimately, there's no cap on the learning curve in this sport. Once you feel like you know it all, you're gonna get beat. Because now you're kind of like stunting your growth. Everybody throw the same shots. You got the jab, your hook, the right cross, your uppercuts, your body shots on both sides. The difference is the creativity. You got different styles out here. That's why they say styles make fights. And based off of the styles and different creativity, you're gonna have different adversities. So you can't just be locked in on, oh, it ain't never gonna change, or I'm never gonna run into a fighter that gonna make me do this, or is gonna not crack my code. You might have to change it up a little bit so your code won't get cracked. You might have to go in your tool bag, you know what I mean? Just to make sure you keep your opponent honest. Keep them honest. Go ahead and humble them, get them back to where you need them, and continue on the fight so you can be victorious the responsible way. But I wasn't truly satisfied. I was satisfied that I got the belt. Yes, I put on a phenomenal performance, but it's always a higher level that you would want to see yourself grow to. And I hold that near and dear to me, because the longer that I'm hungry, the longer that I see that it's more to learn, I know I will continue to surpass a lot of people.
Now, a lot of the stuff that you learned has been passed down from your late father, Gary Russell Sr., to your brothers, and now you have Gary Jr. in the corner with you. What kind of advice has he been giving you going into this fight? Because this is your first fight as a champion defending your belt.
Right, right. He been giving me a lot of the stuff that we've been brought up on. We don't make it nothing hard. It's not rocket science. Like I said, everyone has flaws. It's the responsible thing to do, and this irresponsible things that gets done. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the irresponsible things they do, because they get over a lot on the opponents that they have in front of them, and the opponent don't make them pay for these irresponsibility acts that they show in the ring. But at the end of the day, he's a phenomenal coach. He's growing into a full-fledged coach. It was kind of like a difficult exchange or transformation for me, because I had to look at him as a coach, a head coach now, not just my brother that boxed with me, or my brother that's also a student with me. We never had no other coach other than my father. Everything is homegrown. It's our credo. Everything we created it in-house. Our style of fighting is different from everybody else's. And we was just raised on the understanding that a diamond shines from all sides. So you might have to bang, you might have to box, you might have to be a puncher boxer, you might have to be a slickster, you might have to be a thinker. It goes up and down, because you're not gonna have the same fighter in front of you every fight. So that method of training, the style, and that understanding, our credo, we live by. And I'm proud to say that my brother, he's definitely making a great transition into being a full-fledged coach. I'm comfortable with it now. He's given me some great advice. I never not took his advice, because he been to a level that I haven't been to. You get along. We fuel each other. We pull energy from one another. So what he see, I might not see. And sometimes it's vice versa. He can be in the gym just training or hitting the bag and spawn. I might see something that he don't see. And I throw it out there. Like, hey, fix that. And he be like, all right, bro, I got you. And he'll fix it. Cause we tweak each other, we fix each other. But him being my head coach and Gary Allen Russell being, the second chief in charge and whatnot, the family affairs, it's a good connection. It works. It works. It definitely works. Versus going out here and trying to find a coach that I really don't know and I gotta grow to like this guy or grow to get comfortable with this guy. And I'm talking about blind faith now. Your cornerman is your last line of defense. When everything goes tits up, that's what you look back to, your cornerman. You gotta trust him.
Now,
So
obviously, you have a great deal of trust with your brothers. What's been the training camp been like? Because you were supposed to fight what in June and then August and then November. It's like it kept feeling like this fight has been getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Now you're finally here. Like, is there a sense of relief going into this fight that now you can
yeah.
finally get back in the ring?
It is to a degree because I don't want none of this hard work going in vain. What we inspire many. I'm pretty sure the people who they give a lot of oohs and ahs when they put on a performance, and it inspires people to not want to go out here and do some crazy stuff in the street or just find a better path for their life. But it's good what we do. Like I said, we like public servants, and me personally, I pat myself on the back. I just had to deal with it slightly mentally, because it came a time where I was like, all right, they keep pushing the fight back. I'm burning myself out. I'm getting the butter from the duck. What's going on? I didn't want to give up on myself, because it could be a mental strain to know that you're right there and you're weeks out or a couple of weeks out, and right before you know it, they pull the plug. They say, "Oh nope, you're not fighting. Oh no, the fight been pushed back." So now it's up and down on dialing back the intensity level on training camp. Got to send spawn partners home. We got to hope that we can get spawn partners back in time. The right spawn partners that's going to give us the look, the physique of this opponent, and all of that stuff. It was kind of like a stressful moment, but we got through it. We got through it. I got through it. So yes, I'm definitely glad that we're here now. The show is days away, and I'm ready to put on one. So
Yeah, I kind of feel like the show is right on time for you because I don't know if you've noticed, but your names have been ringing bells in the boxing world lately. You got everybody calling you out. Everybody want to see you against this guy. Everybody want to see you against that guy. You got Shakur Stevenson out there. You have Dalton Smith out there. Richardson Hitchens say he want to run it with you. You said you want the smoke with everybody. I don't want to look past Andy Hirioka. But who is first on Gary Antuanne Russell's hit list if you're successful on Saturday?
Dalton Smith.
Oh wow.
Dalton Smith, the build up is the pleasure. I'm telling you. The build up is the pleasure. It gotta be a Dalton Smith. And since me and Richard is on the same car, he got to showcase his talent. He got to put on a great performance. So in the future, that could be something that got a buzz to it. Like, come on, don't be no slouch now, because I'm gonna bulldoze you over. I come to fight. You better come prepared and be ready to rumble. So he get through this. It'll be a Dalton Smith, then Richard Hitchens. He get the rest, and then after Richard Hitchens, it'll be Shakur Stevenson. I feel like in that order, it should go that order.
Now, we got a question here from my guy, JBZ, JR Bell of the Boxing Source. JR, you're on with Gary Antuanne Russell. What's going on, JR?
Yo, what's happening, man? What's going on there, Antoine? Catching up and everything like that, man. So you got
Hey,
this upcoming bout. You got this upcoming bout. And we know that your brothers are like your biggest critics. And we kind of like talked about this in your last fight. So my question to
uh-huh.
you is, what will it take for you to get an A grade from your brothers?
To follow script, follow the game plan, and make it look good. Make it look good. That's it. You know, not every flawless victory ends with a knockout. It's about producing. It's about following the game plan, not deviating, as well as you gotta execute what you worked on, and it shouldn't be difficult to execute it. You know, so if we can execute everything precisely how we train on time and stuff like that, clean, I know I would get an A. I would be cool with getting whatever grade they give me. You know, and that goes back to my last fight, Rio Venezuela. You know, I was pleased with it because I followed script. I didn't deviate. It was a time I just wanted to like lock my hands and just go get them and make it a brawl. But it was like, nah. If you listen to the fight, you'll hear, nah. Go back to the game plan. Go back to the game plan. Look, stay on it. I almost deviated, you know, because I had dropped my mouthpiece. I looked down and he just like took a cheap shot. And I said, dang, we're the sportsmanship. But I couldn't get too mad. We already fighting, you know. So I said, you know, I would charge it to the game. That was my stupidity. They say protect yourself at all times. You know, so it's
What
like
do
a bittersweet thing. And I kind of pushed the pedal to the metal at that point. But then they dialed me back in. It's like, come on, reel yourself back in. Don't go out there and just try to go get it. The game plan is the game plan, you know. And I did it. So
speaking of like your previous fights, you looking back at the Boyle fight, I thought that was a very close fight. I scored it for you, but I could see it going either way. What do you think of that fight as you think back of it, and what things you could have done different, or what do you think that that fight was a tough fight? What do you think of that fight now as you look back at it?
right? The Poyo fight, I should have kept my foot in his ass. That's it. You know, from round 1 to 6, I was in his chest. You know, had him backing up, had him just retreating. He even started grabbing me, and they took a point because he didn't have an answer. At that point, I felt like it was what round 6. I felt like I put enough rounds in the bank. Now I can change how I'm usually approaching these opponents and fight Alberto Pollo a little different. I'm gonna keep him in the middle of the ring. I'm not just gonna walk. I'm gonna just keep it right in the middle. It's still gonna be entertaining, and I'm gonna do enough to win these rounds. So even though it looked competitive, I still didn't think Alberto Pollo didn't do enough to take that round from me. You know, and they gave it to him. You know, so that was my fault for not keeping the gas all the way down. That's it.
Now,
Other than that,
I want
my next fight in Rio, that's why I had that chip on my shoulder, really.
now I wanted to get back to your plans for the future. You know, not looking past Hirioka, but you mentioned Dalton Smith, Richard Hitchens, and Shakur Stevenson. I can't help but think about the names I didn't hear you mention because there's been some guys that we wanted to see you mix it up with for years upon years. You used to fight
Come
on
on.
cards, headlined by
Come on.
Javante Tank Davis. Yeah, I'm talking Tank. You
Come
was
on.
you was fighting on his card. You fought on his card in March. You fought on the card in June. Is that not even something you're even considering anymore?
I'm not going to say I'm not considering it. I got a question. And first of all, let me say this. Like I've always tell everybody, I'm looking to be undisputed. I'm not trying to backpedal. I'm not trying to venture off into anything that's just looking juicy as a meal. follow the script, stick to the plan. That's to become undisputed. Anybody with a belt, that is who on my radar. I'm not creating no hit list or anything like that. If you got a belt and you're in my division, we're eventually going to see each other.
Now a lot of
Look,
guys, especially for, oh, go ahead.
going to be undisputed. Put the belts on the
Well, a
line.
lot of guys,
Let's make it happen. As I would say, as far as looking at Devontae Tank Davis, that was a juicy matchup at the time. I got asked, what fighter do I have to fight to make me be the true champion at 140? He's ranked number 3 as far as pound for pound. So, and it's funny you bringing him up, or a Javante Tank Davis. Other than that, other than them two, is really nobody else that I will go up against, be victorious against, and they say, "Oh yeah, now Gary Antuanne Russell, he's like that. He's the man." I see why people wasn't calling his name already. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's grown from the amateur to professional, but we got past history, so being victorious against him really wouldn't be no big stuff. A lot of people would probably be like, yeah, nah, he beat him in the amateurs a couple times, this and that and the third. Who else? Dalton Smith. I feel like he's a textbook fighter. He did the responsible thing with the opponent he had in front of him. It just Sabril Matias, he's a strong fighter. He's come forward and he just used brute strength, and that's it. Very little defense. Dalton Smith, he just did the responsible stuff. Kept his hands high. He moved laterally good, and he caught him with some clean shots. Why? Because he's always there. He's just right in front of you. He's an easy target. Made him pay for his flaws. Became victorious. So Dalton Smith is not like he's a phenomenal fighter. Once before, I would have said to Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez, I feel like he is a great fighter.
Hey, Huey, did we lose G?
I can't hear him.
yeah, I can't hear him.
Yeah, his screen went black.
He's
Uh,
still he's still here.
it looked like his screen went black to me.
Uh,
Hold on, let me.
yeah, it's let's see.
Yeah, on my end, his screen went black. Yeah, so he's gonna back out and try to go back in. I do find it very interesting that he would like to fight Dalton Smith, because when I think of that, I'm wondering, is that a fight that he'll travel over to the UK for if need be? So I am curious about that because he's really been building over here in the American market for quite some time now. So, that's something I would love to ask him uh, when he reconnects. You back with us, G? Yeah, I could see you now. I don't know if you can hear me. I can I could see you. Yeah, Huey, are you with us, Huey? Huey, are you there, Huey?
Having trouble
No, I
connecting.
can I can hear
Oh
you. Can
my
you hear me?
god.
No, I can hear you, Gary. Can you hear me?
I'm on.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I could hear you.
You can see me?
Yeah, I could hear you and see you. Huey, can you hear me, Huey?
All right.
You can hear me, Huey?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Could you hear me
Yeah,
before?
I could hear. I heard him before. That's what I was trying to tell you. That I
Yeah.
could hear him and see him.
Okay. Do we got? I couldn't. Yeah, I could. We could. I could see him, but we couldn't hear him.
I was able to hear him.
Okay. How about now?
I don't see him on stage. I can hear somebody's background. I don't know if that's him or you.
It must be him. or Ezra, but I see it's a black screen on stage, but I can't hear him.
Ezra, can you mute yourself so I can know what I'm hearing? Is that okay? Yeah. Can you see him now, Huey?
It's a black screen for me.
Okay.
Can you see him?
On stage, I just have my icon, and I don't know who this gray icon is that you have.
The box next to you is Gary, the black screen.
Nah, that wasn't the screen I was seeing before with him.
Okay, it's showing a picture for him now.
I mean, it sounds like somebody's doing something. That might be him. Or you, I don't know. Because it's like the default gray screen when you don't have a thumbnail.
Yeah, I only see me, you, and him in the studio right now.
All right, see if you could take him off stage and then bring him back on stage.
Okay. I just added him back after taking him off stage.
I just sent you in the group chat what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so him next. Oh,
that's
you. Let's see.
Because when you talk, I can see the thing around you. That was you talking on the great thing.
Now that's him on stage, but he was on stage previously. It took him. It switched when I took him off, but he's. Gary, can you hear us? And if let's try talking to see if we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear Gary.
Hello.
Now.
Yeah, I hear him.
You.
Yeah, we can hear him, and we got you back. We got you back.
Yeah, we hear you.
Good God.
Hey man, some technical difficulties. Thank you for pushing through that with us. But Matt, we looks like we got it all settled.
I'm still looking at you on the screen.
I was over here yelling at my phone like I'm crazy.
No, I can see that Gary's on. I'm looking at the YouTube and I see that Gary's on too.
Okay, so you got to toggle the screen then, because I'm looking at you, Huey.
You're not. I'm telling you, it's already changed. Your app.
Yeah, it's just delaying on you, Matt.
Okay. All right. I gotta come back in then, Huey.
Gary, you still there, Gary?
I'm still
here. You had a question.
All right, Gary. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay.
Here.
So, hey, how important is activity to you? You know, you for the past few years, you've kind of only got one fight. A lot of that's because of the delay to this fight. How active do you want to be? Like, what's the ideal activity for you in a year?
I want to get it rolling. You know, if I get 3 a year, that'd be great. That'd be great.
You know, we were wondering, you know, you mentioned Dalton Smith. That was the first name you said. Would that be a fight you would be willing to go to the UK for if that was the easiest way to make it possible to get that fight? Is that something you're willing to do?
I go to UK. I go to UK.
And you know, we were talking. You said, you know, you named your guys, and you named all the champions of your weight division. A lot of guys, I would think that they brought up like someone like Tank, right? That would probably be.
Because Tank already, he gave back to the sport. Everybody know what Tank is bringing. You know, he's a phenomenal fighter. He finished strong. His performances be spectacular. Whenever you watch the Tank fight, you know that you're going to get a good fight. Hands down. He hasn't lost.
But when you pick your fights, does you know, that being the biggest payday, is that something that you equate, or no? You're just looking for, you know, the champion of your division. What how do you weigh that out when you're picking who you want to fight next?
I'm weighing it as far as what's feasible. Of course, it's a business side to it, but I try not to get into the politicking. You know, Dalton Smith, he just got the belt that I always wanted for one, the green belt.
Okay.
And as far as champions is involved, I feel like out of all of the champions, Dalton Smith, sad to say, he's the weakest link. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I'm out here just going to the weakest link first. I'm just saying if I had a game plan and an order in which who I would fight first, like yeah, it would be like that. It's a build up. It would be a build up. Okay, got Dalton Smith. They always wanted to see me and Richard Hitchens fight. Richard Hitchens just won his fight. I just won my title defense. I just beat Dalton Smith for unification. Let's unify Richard. And after Richard, it will be Shakur Stevenson. Once upon a time, it was Teofimo Lopez, but he's no longer there. I said, babbling. I said before, I don't want to work backwards. That's just foolish. It's foolish to work backwards. Now, Tank, he will bring a great payday. Everybody know that. Why? Because people tuned in to see Tank fight. They want to see that. That's why I saved Shakur Stevenson for the last case Sarah. Everybody now is treating Shakur like a Floyd Mayweather. Could his defense be penetrated? Could you get his number? What is the formula to beating Shakur Stevenson? All of these things. And he earned those titles. He earned that. He earned that. You can't take nothing away from no fighter in this sport. Whether you like their style or not. They won these fights. This isn't for everybody. This isn't a sport for everybody. You know, so can't take nothing from no one. Everybody definitely got the credit that they deserve. But Shakur Stevenson, I feel like he would catapult me. If I beat Shakur Stevenson, everybody would be like, whoa, he beat Shakur Stevenson? Really?
Now, you talk about Shakur's style. Is that a style that you like to watch? Is that a style that or because I think when people fighters think of you, they think of a more aggressive style. Not but I think you have, and I've seen it in the Riley fight too. You have capabilities to box, you have capabilities to do all the things around the ring. But do you like Shakur's style?
It's not that I don't like it, but I kind of relate to the fans when they want to see a juicy fight. They want to see a juicy fight. The difference between me and the fans, though, is that I honor the sport. I honor the science of the sport. So I like Shakur fights because it shows that fast chess match, you know, that fast speed chess match. He outthink a lot of guys. He outthink them, pick them apart. You know, he put on a clinic. And once again, that's something that I like to look at because that's more cerebral. That's not brute strength. That's not just athleticism. It's just simply I study this. I hone my craft. I live by it, and he's displaying it. He's displaying his intellect on how the dynamic of the sports work in itself. You know, so that alone, I'm interested. I'm intrigued by that, watching that. But I do have a juicy appetite to see a lot of blood. Somebody get knocked out. Somebody that's more aggressive. You know. But it's a win-win because Shakur he bring that sweet science back into the forefront, and then you got other guys just like, all right, I'm in shape, I'm young, I'm hungry, I want to fight, and this guy think he better than me. Mano y mano, my skills versus your skills. Let's get it on, you know. And it's more of a rugged, raw fight.
Now, me personally, I
Gotcha.
feel like you have both of that in your arsenal. Like you have a lot of tools in your tool bag, but you did mention that you're still learning, you're still honing your skills. How far are you from where you would say your peak is at?
That's difficult. That's difficult. That's difficult because it's levels to it. Levels to it is levels to it is levels to it. If you was to ask Floyd Mayweather right now, of course he would say he's the best because no one has beaten him yet. But if you was to ask him, is there more to learn? Are you still like on your craft? I'm pretty sure he would say yes.
Got
Because
you, got you,
sometimes
got you.
it's sometimes you gotta learn more, and sometimes you gotta remind yourself on the stuff you already learned. Because let's say you got so comfortable doing one thing because you've been winning all of these years, but before you know it, you forgot that you still got this attribute about you. You just never brought it out in a while because you never had to. But opponent then socked you upside your head or did something that made you think like, oh, I see what he just did. I got just the solution for that. And now he reaching back in his old bag, tool bag, and all right, let me get this old rusty little wrench right here, and get the job done. So sometimes you gotta just familiarize yourself with your old stuff as well. Don't use it, you lose it. That's a real
Nah,
thing.
I got you. I got you. Are you okay with taking a couple of questions from the fans? Because we have a lot of fans in the queue, dying to speak with the champ.
Man, I'm here. Show me the support. I wouldn't be here without y'all. I
Hey,
wouldn't be here without y'all. I love y'all.
we got my guy Ace from Billionaire Boxing TV. Ace, are you
Okay.
with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gary, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you loud and clear, my guy.
All right, man. So I got a couple questions for you, bro. You suffered a tough split decision loss to Pollo in 2024, but you came back and you beat the brake pads off Valenzuela, bro. What was the biggest technical adjustment you made for that camp to reassure that you left with the gold?
Like I said, just keep my foot on the pedal. I thought I had won enough rounds to the point he couldn't get back on the scorecards. The only way he was able to beat me is through a knockout, and I know that wasn't going to happen. So I made it still interesting to the fans. And long and behold, they took it from me. So that next fight, I said I ain't gonna leave this to the judges. They're gonna have to give me this because I'm gonna whoop this ass till round 1 to 12.
No, you
That's
did
where my
that,
head
bro,
was
from
at.
pillar to
The
post.
same, right, I could have did the same to Pollo, but I just thought that I did enough. It ain't over to the fat lady sing, man. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
We also have Brunch Box, the Listener of the Year nominee, Conda Blue. You're on with Gary Antoine Russell. What's going on, Conda Blue?
Appreciate it. What's up, Gary? I just had one question regarding what you said about the Shakur fight being the one to take you to the high level. And I wanted to know, have you ever sparred him? And if so, what are some things you could take from the sparring that you could use in a potential fight against him?
a lot of things, like I said about Richard Hitchens, Shakur. When we sparred, it was right before the Olympics, so we was both still learning, young, you know, uh, amateur. I'm pretty sure he's grown from amateur to pros. It shows, but some flaws you can't shake. Some people can't shake all of their flaws. Everybody is still flawed. Um, so I would be able to take some things into a Shakur fight, and I feel like it'd be useful. And to answer your question, yes, I have sparred Shakur Stevenson. Um, and before the Olympics,
Okay, appreciate it.
Now, I don't know if you'll answer that, but who got the better of the sparring in your estimation?
no, I'm not gonna answer that, man. Some stuff you gotta stand with integrity, man. You
I
gotta
had to
stand with
try,
integrity.
man. I had to try.
I know. It's your job too, man. I ain't mad at you, man.
Now, listen, you got a lot of people that really want to see you fight Shakur and Dalton Smith, man. That's very interesting. It seems like a lot of people want to see you fight Dalton Smith, and just as much want to see you fight Shakur. The Cam J Network, he says, is Africa on the menu for an immediate unification? Yeah, he said Africa's up next. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
number
got a
2 on the hit
title.
list.
Like I said, anybody who have a title, that's gonna be on my hit list. Anybody who has a title is on my radar. Because I want to become undisputed. That's my main goal. That's the goal. The Olympics, you got one winner and 2 runner-ups. The pinnacle of the Olympics or amateur boxing is Olympics, and the goal of the Olympics is to become the gold medalist. But you can't really call yourself the best if you're bronze or silver. The best is the gold medalist. Professional wise, the best is the one who's undisputed at the division. Not
No
taking
doubt.
any credit from any of the champions, but you're not the best at the division. You're one
All
of
right,
the best.
we got my guy who's also returning to the ring on Saturday on the 21st over there in Hanover, Maryland. We got the professor, Michael Fox, joining us right here. Mike, you on with my guy, Gary Antuanne Russell, DMV Connection. Here we go.
You
Yes,
already know that's my
sir.
guy.
Yes,
Hey, I'm
sir.
only, I'm
Twin
only here.
Tower.
I got. You already know. Hey, listen, I got to confess something to you. It was an accident. I ain't even know. I went against Cole by accident, but before y'all went off to the Olympics and stuff, I sparred Africa. They said he needed a southpaw. I didn't know it was for the Olympics, so I publicly apologized because I ain't stand on the area. That's my bad, bro.
Man, you corny for that, man.
I didn't know. I
You
ain't know. They
corny
ain't tell
dude,
me.
but
They
it's
ain't tell
like,
me.
nah,
They ain't tell me. They said
Hey,
Babs was coming from out of town trying to flex. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some work. I said, oh yeah, I don't duck no smoke. And they're
nope.
not finding the Olympics on the way. I'm like, damn, they gonna be mad at that one.
Right. You over there helping my opponent. Come on, man. We supposed to be from the same area and everything.
They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me. I wasn't. I was out of the amateurs by then. I didn't know it was coming up. That's my bad. This is my public apology, man. We from the area. That
Hey,
was for the area. But hey,
hey,
you.
y'all
But
hear
hey, I
that?
sparred you when you was getting ready for boots too. Remember, I did spar you when you was getting ready for boots too.
Of course, you got me
Don't forget
ready.
that.
You got
Yeah,
me
don't forget
ready.
that.
And sure, I ain't forgetting none of this stuff that goes down in the Russell Gym, man. Our domain is our domain. Like I said, we don't kiss the tail. But for those who's tuned into this channel right now, y'all see that an honorable man, Michael Fox, aka Twin Tower, he came in here and made his confession, man, like a real one. Chin up, chest out. He knew we stand on code, we stand on business, and he just shows y'all. This is proof right here. Proof is in the pudding, man. We deal with the real ones. So I
You already
appreciate you,
know,
man,
man.
being an
Saturday,
honorable guy. Really.
sure. Saturday and still, my boy, and still.
There we go.
Now,
And,
I want to talk
and
to you about.
tell the family I said what's up, man, and I send my love too.
Yeah, you already know, bro. I tell everybody I spoke.
Okay.
My man.
Now, I wanted to talk to you about the DMV boxing area because you guys really have taken over the sport of boxing from yourself to Keyshawn, Lamont Roach. I don't know if you guys count Tank as DMV. I keep hearing people tell me that Baltimore's not DMV, so I don't want to get into town politics. But that whole area to me has taken over boxing. Like what's the scene like down there to where we're getting so much talent coming from those areas?
Man, listen, everybody's trying to make sure that they don't shine too bright because once they get to shining, people start to get attracted. And in other words, we keeping the light on out in the town. The DMV, yes, Baltimore is a part of the DMV. Just to get that clear and out in the open, Baltimore is part of the DMV. That's what the DMV stands for. You know what I mean? Everybody right now in the DMV area is thriving. We're gonna make sure that it continue to thrive for a long time. We got a couple of new fighters out of the DMV that's coming up. But as of now, you got us. You got the Javante Tank Davis. You got the Shakur Stevensons, you got the Keishans, you got the Gary Russells. And the list goes on, all the way down to the Twin Towers, even the Michael Fox brothers. They doing their thing. They just some silent ones. The silent ones always get you. So it's a lot of talent that come out the DMV area, and everybody, like I said, they just homing their craft, and waiting for that great opportunity so they can seize the moment. One thing I do, I don't want to speak on nothing else in this area, but fighters, man, they get shifted out about a dozen. The managers, they here for the long haul. You know what I mean? So we know how it is. We real to it. So when we see that it's an opportunity coming, we definitely try our best to seize that moment, because it can put us in a position where so the area can constantly thrive.
It's interesting you say that, because I have noticed that even though I'm sure you guys have like a lot of little friendly rivalries out there, it does seem like everybody put each other on when it comes to like DMV boxing. Like I saw a young dude, I don't know if you've heard of him, Derek Scooter Davis. Like he was on a couple of tank cars, now he's moving out there. I saw Troy Isley, on a couple of Keyshawn cards, I see Troy Isley around. It's like you guys always look out for each other, no matter like the political stuff in the area. Hey, Hubie, I think G froze again.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. I wasn't sure if it was just me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I think I hear him again.
No, that was Ezra.
That's me.
Oh, thanks, Ezra, for not muting yourself again.
What do you want me to do?
Hey. Hey, we're going to need a midweek show today, Ezra. Is that you again, Ezra?
Yep.
That was Ezra talking. Yeah, this is my camera came up onto the screen right now. We're still waiting for Gary to join back if he's going to.
Hey, you guys can take it over. I gotta hit the gym.
Do you want to close?
What's going on?
Bro, I gotta hit the gym, man. It's 10:30.
You're supposed to, you're not supposed to hit the gym every day. You know that, right? I mean, this is day one stuff. I feel like you're overworking. I gotta tell you.
I wish. Ever since I discovered peanut brittle ice cream, I've been taking steps back. I need to combat this new ice cream flavor.
Oh man. You got to work out those calories. So we call an interview there. I mean, we got pretty good stuff. I mean,
yeah. I'm gonna call it.
All right.
All right. Let him know though, so he's not trying to.
Huh?
Sign in again.
Let
him know though. So
let him know, and then close the show here so we can have a concise ending for the podcast.
Yeah. Hold on.
Are you gonna close the show?
You close the show, Ezra. I'm doing something right now.
I'm not good as you are.
I know. Anything.
You got the mic, Ezra. You're ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, remember, Mr. I don't need to be prepared.
Yeah, but I didn't think I was closing. You know, me telling you like it's like you're telling a starting pitcher to get his arm warmed up for an inning. You know what I mean? Like I need 3 or 4 to
Yamamoto
get
could
ready.
do it, Ezra. Yamamoto could do it.
All right, thank you guys for listening. This has been a great
Oh
interview
God.
with
Hey,
Gary
listen.
Antuanne Russell.
This has
Listen,
been
wait,
another
no.
edition of Brunch
I'm not giving it
Boxing.
up. Once you give it to me, it's it. I take it. No. I'm not giving it up. No. We ain't doing that. We're not derailing this. Now, this was a great interview with Gary Antuanne Russell. Tune in this Saturday. We will be a Brunch Boxing. We're going to be talking everything you need to know about the big fight night. Saturday night, Ryan Garcia versus Barrios. Matt's going to pick one guy. I'm going to pick another guy. We're going to argue for 3 hours. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to do news and notes. I can't wait. We are here with the greatest host in boxing media. That is Matt.
Hey. One thing Ezra's not mentioning, Saturday morning Brunch Boxing, we will have a very special guest. TGB Promotion Zone, Brittany Goosen will be joining the show. Okay. So you guys
What you
make
just
sure you
did?
guys tune in for
This
that.
This
This
is
has
like
been,
announcing the surprise guest in the Royal Rumble a
yeah.
week before the Royal Rumble. It
I
makes
would
no
like
sense. It
to,
makes no
first
sense.
of all, we got to give some kudos. I would like to thank, first of all, Gary Antuanne for joining us. I know with the technical difficulties out there, it was not easy. I want to thank my guy, Kenneth Buhari from PBC, for helping facilitate this. I also want to thank my guy, Nook, from the DMV, Gary's PR guy, for helping facilitate this. Thank you to everyone who joined us, The Boxing Source, Billionaire Boxing TV, Conda Blue, even though I can't stand them.
Kind of blue. What a question, kind of blue. What
My
a question.
guy, Mike Fox. Shout out to Mike Fox. Mike Fox has a fight on Saturday also. Best of luck to Mike Fox in his fight on Saturday. We definitely got a post about that. Try to get some more information out to you guys so you guys can go support the Professor Michael Fox. Shout out to all the listeners. Big Baby Jared Anderson, my guy Gritty. Uh, my guy Rashtradamus from The Ringer. My guy Cassius, manager extraordinaire in boxing. But this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our host, Ezra Boxing. He is our super producer, the master marionette himself, Huey P. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.